welcome back to another video. This is going to be a vlog video for those of you who requested a typical day in my life at work. So I did a video where I stated that I was working in the endoscopy unit, and after that video I had a lot of DMs of people asking me what exactly goes on in the endoscopy unit because they were interested in going into this specialization. So endoscopy is a kind of nursing specialization where we do vast of gastroenterology procedures, both for diagnostic and for therapeutic purposes. And in today's video I'm just going to be taking you through a typical day in my life at work, and just to show you how it goes. And in a separate video I'm going to be going through the kind of procedures that we do and how we actually go about it. I hope you enjoy this vlog. If it is your first time of coming across my channel and see my face, my name is Becca. I'm an overseas nurse from Ghana, currently practicing and living in England. So don't forget to comment in the comment section down below. Let me know what you guys think. If you want me to do a video explaining what exactly we do in the endoscopy unit, if you want to go into this specialization, also like this video, give this video a big thumbs up. A typical day in my life starts at 8:00 a.m. in the endoscopy unit, but I go to work at 7:30 because I am not an early morning person and I want more time to unwind and have my breakfast before the shift starts. So I'll be inserting footages as we go along for you to have a feel of how a typical day is in my life. So when I get to work, I change from my house dress into my scrubs, and then I go down to have my breakfast in the kitchen. After breakfast, I go to the staff room where we brief ourselves on everything that has been happening together, and for us to get familiar with whatever has been happening, especially if you have been off duty or you've been on leave for some time. You also have the chance to read through the communications book to familiarize yourself with everything that has been happening in the unit. After handover, or after this brief meeting, we are grouped into pairs where we are allocated to our site or place of work in the unit. So we have 3 procedure rooms or 3 operation theaters. So depending on where you are in the day is going to determine what a day looks like. So on this particular day, I am in theater room 1, and theater room 1 is responsible for scoping inpatient and for seeing to emergency inpatient cases, which are either in A&E, theater, or ITU. So it's just about a little past 8 o'clock. I'll go and get the room ready, set up the scope and everything, emergency drugs, sedation, cut up all my tubings, connect everything I need to connect, check that the paperwork are complete, and then I go to see if the patient has been pre-admitted or admitted by my colleagues. If you are in theater room 1, just as I said at the beginning of the video, you are responsible for also scoping emergency cases that are in ITU theaters or on the wards. So just about 9 o'clock, we had an inpatient referral, which is an emergency that needs to be scoped in ITU. So then I have to stop preparing the room and go get things ready to go up to ITU to attend to this patient, as it is an emergency. At the same time, we have another referral of an inpatient case that has had a food bolus. So if we say a food bolus is literally food being cut up or stuck in the throat, which is a life-threatening situation, so we need to scope this patient as well. So as the nurse on duty and responsible for inpatient, you would have to go up to assess the patient to see if it is really an emergency, and then you would have to prioritize which patient to scope first. All right guys, so it's just about almost 9 o'clock, and we have 2 emergencies already, one in the theater, one on the ward. I'm going up to the ward to assess that patient on the ward and see how urgently we can do it. We will assess both of them, one in the theater, one in the ward, and see which one is more urgent than the other, and we'll know which one to do. So I have a GI bleed in ITU, and I have an inpatient who has a food bolus. So I'll go up to the ward and assess the patient with a food bolus to see if we can prioritize her or him over the one in ITU, or we need to sort out the one in ITU before we attend to the food. I'm going to assess him. He's been able to drink. He's drunk half a bottle of a Coke. It's gone down. He's not having a feeling of the food coming back up or choking or anything. So I think he can wait. I'll just discuss with the gastro team, the doctors, and my colleagues, and we see how we can do it. So I go up to the ward, assess the patient, and realize that I have to prioritize the one in ITU over the footballers because he is managed to get the food down from the throat into the stomach. So it is no longer an emergency. We have to sort out the one in ITU first. I quickly grab my equipment and up to ITU I go. So after some time, we finished with the ITU case. We quickly ran down with our equipment back to our endoscopy suite to start our list for the day. And there comes lunchtime, which is the part I certainly love. Oh my god. Not every day that you have lunch consistently at the same time. At times you can have it a bit earlier, at times you can have it a bit later, depending on how the day goes. And we look after each other, so we allocate our breaks so that everybody can have their break, which they are eligible to have. It is 30 minutes of unpaid break, so you have to utilize this 30 minutes as she wants. I came for my break. It's like 4 minutes for my break time to be over. I couldn't speak to you before starting my break because I was very hungry. I was starving and I needed to put something in. So I just finished my food, my meal. I'm trying to take this down. I want to finish this before I go down to keep hydrated. So it's 1 o'clock in the afternoon. The first part of the shift is over. So we've divided our shifts into two. We have the morning and afternoon session. So the morning session is over now. After the break, I'm going for the afternoon session, and I hope it's a bit calm. So this morning there's been a lot of running around. Don't mind my face, I'm really knackered. I'm very stressed up. There's been a lot of running around. We had to go up to the theaters to do a case. We came down, setting up the room. I'm going back for the afternoon shift. I hope it's calm. If there is some time, I'll talk with you throughout the shift, probably. If not, I'll do a voiceover. At least gives you an idea of how things are, you know. So yeah, I just want to finish this and then I go downstairs. After the break, we go and sort ourselves out again. So we do a change of shift where we are allocated to a different place in the unit. Sometimes you can be allocated to the same place depending on how the day goes and how our list is running. At times you can also be changed from one setting to the other. So today I am in recovery for the afternoon, where I'm going to be receiving patients that have been scoped. I recover them, go through their details, explain their reports, make sure they are comfortable and safe before they are being discharged either back to the ward or back home, accompanied by a relative. At times the day is not as so busy as it usually is. So if you have some time to spare, we quickly do what we call the pre-admission or pre-assessment, and this is basically calling patients who are booked for endoscopy procedures over the phone. And what you're going to be doing is to explain the procedure to them and alleviate any fears and anxieties and reassure them, explain what they're coming to do, and confirm that everything is fine before they actually come down for their procedure. So the shift ends at 6:30 or 7 o'clock depending on your start time. So if you started at 8 o'clock, you're going to close at 6:30. If you started at 8:30, you're going to close at 7 o'clock. And then you go home, unwind and relax. So I have a closing checklist, which is I go through the day quickly to see if I have done everything right. I also take a moment to acknowledge anything that has gone wrong and to reflect on them. I appreciate the things that went right and the things that I was happy about. I make sure everything is done so that I can go home and rest peacefully. At times you are on call, what we call the emergency on call. So it means you are going to be on a 12-hour standby just in case there is any emergency that needs to be seen to in the theater or in ITU. You are the nurse that the consultant is going to call for you to come and scope with him or her. I couldn't just wait to take my mask off. Yay! It's a beautiful day. I'll put my marks back on when I get onto the bus. It's been really fruitful. Just have to wait for the bus. Have to sit around, enjoy the breeze, enjoy the coldness, enjoy the coldness. That used to be my former flat. That's one straight over there. When I first came from overseas, it was my flat. And when I became a full-blown mosquito, when I became a big girl, I moved out into my own apartment. Yay! I've explained properly in this video. Do also comment in the comment section. Give this video a thumbs up if you think you like it. Don't forget to share this video. Until we meet again in my next video, it's bye for now. Cheers.